Whistle blown. We're off to VAR. Banter continues. Welcome to Daily Football News Roundup, brought to you by footballquizbanter.com. Save your breath for the comments.
We really do have a packed agenda today, don't we? Got Premier League action, some major managerial shifts up in Scotland.
Yeah, and that's not all. Historic wins in U.S. college football, which is fascinating stuff.
And some pretty quirky football culture crossovers from around the globe. It's a proper deep dive this time.
Absolutely. So our mission today for you listening is pretty straightforward. We're cutting through the noise, giving you the shortcut to really knowing what's going on.
It's not just reading scores. We're connecting the dots, right?
Okay.
Between the wins, the disappointments.
And all that essential stuff behind the scenes, coaching insights, boardroom politics, data philosophy.
Exactly. We'll be digging into why dominating stats doesn't always mean winning, the kind of pressure that, breaks managers.
And looking at that incredible growth in college football, too, it really is a full picture of the game.
It is a proper 360 view.
Okay, before we really get stuck in, and honestly, there's a lot of analysis to unpack here, just a quick heads up for you.
Yeah, it's super important, this.
Head over to footballquizbanter.com right now. Seriously, do it now. It's loaded with fun quizzes, great banter, news, updates.
It really is the best place to kind of complement this deep dive with the lighter side of football. Quizzes are brilliant.
Okay, done. Right. Let's kick off. Section 1. Premier League scoreboard and tactical deep dive. Results and repercussions.
Yeah, the margins were razor thin this weekend in some games, but the individual stories, they were massive.
Let's start at Villa Park. Aston Villa getting the job done against Burnley, 2-1. Looks like a standard win on paper.
But it really wasn't, was it? The big story here, the absolute standout, was Daniel Malin.
Tell us about him. His journey's been interesting.
It really has. I mean, context is everything here. He comes over from Dortmund, loads of expectation, but then he hits a wall.
Why was that? Struggling for game time.
Yeah, exactly. Our sources are pointing to the depth chart. He was basically stuck behind Rashford and Marco Asensio. Big names.
Oof. Yeah, that's tough competition. Makes it hard to find your rhythm.
Totally. Reduced to, coming off the bench mostly. Apparently, it really knocked his confidence, even impacted his chances for European squad, potentially.
You can see how that would happen, a psychological block almost. You need a run of games, don't you? A proper chance.
And he got it against Burnley. Started the match, and boy, did he take that chance.
2 goals.
2 finishes described as magnificent. And that word choice, magnificent, tells you these weren't just tap-ins. These were quality goals. Goals from a player brimming with belief, not playing with fear.
Huge for Villa then, unlocking a player like that.
Massive. They might have just found a guy who thrives as a starter, finally justifying that transfer fee. As real depth keeps that European push alive.
Okay, sticking with tight wins decided by key players, Manchester City scraped past Brentford 1-0.
A single goal, yeah, but the focus in the source material is all on the goal scorer, Erling Haaland.
No surprise there. What was the take?
Well, it wasn't just that he scored, it was how. We've got this brilliant quote from Troy Deeney.
Oh, yeah. What did he say?
He said, Haaland bullied 2 center backs and basically had no right to score that goal.
Wow. Strong words.
Called him the governor. It's pure admiration, right? But tactically, think about that. Modern defenses, especially against City, they're set up, they're organized for one player to just physically dismantle that plan, to impose his will like that. It means the system broke down against pure power.
It's that unique skill set he has. Allows City to win ugly, if you like, even when they're not at their flowing best.
Exactly. And that 1-0 win, built on that kind of individual brilliance, that's what keeps City moving forward, keeps that momentum. It's the mark of champions, isn't it? Grinding at results.
Definitely. Okay, quick mentions for the others. Everton got a late winner against Crystal Palace, 2-1. Big relief for them at Goodison.
Yeah, but here's the interesting bit, the counterpoint again from Deeney's analysis. Palace lose, right? But their defender, Daniel Munoz.
He made Team of the Week, despite losing.
He did, which tells you something, doesn't it, about just how outstanding his individual performance must have been.
What did Deeney highlight?
Called him an exceptional player, praised his relentless drive forward from defense. Even in defeat, Munoz was pushing, providing energy with attacking threat.
It's a good reminder, isn't it, to look beyond just the goal scorers sometimes. Those individual battles can define a game.
Absolutely. Now, Wolves versus Brighton, 1-1 at Molineux. Bit of late drama there, too.
Yeah, Van Hack grabbing that point right at the death for Brighton.
What's really interesting here is the expectations surrounding Brighton. You look at the TalkSport betting tips. They had Brighton pegged as potential top 6, maybe even top 4 contenders.
Really? That high?
Yeah, I mean, their odds to win at Wolves were pretty short, 2021. Suggests a lot of confidence in them.
And you can see why, looking at their recent results.
Exactly. Only 1 loss in the last 6, and that run included wins against Chelsea and Man City. That's serious form.
So a late equalizer normally feels like a win, but maybe for Brighton it felt like 2 points dropped.
Could well be. If they've got those genuine European ambitions, they need to be winning games like that. Need that ruthlessness.
Okay, and the big one. Chelsea versus Liverpool. The key moment highlighted.
Enzo Fernandez hitting the post.
Yeah.
That single moment.
Ouch. Fine margins.
That's exactly it. A few inches different, it's a goal. The whole feel of the game changes. That little bit of luck or maybe lack of clinical finish, it can define so much.
Which actually leads us perfectly into our next bit, the anatomy of a defeat, specifically Daniel Farke at Leeds.
Yeah, this is fascinating. After their narrow 1-2 loss to Spurs, where Noah Okafor did get them level at one point, Farke's post-match reflection, it's almost philosophical.
He seemed proud of the performance, but obviously devastated by the result.
Totally. And the way he listed the stats, it was almost painful. He laid it all out.
What did he mention?
Everything. More possession, more passes, higher expected goals, the XG, more shots on target, more big chances created. And then crucially,
More big chances missed.
bingo. And more corners too, for what it's worth. But that more big chances missed is the killer.
Let's just clarify XG for anyone maybe not deep into analytics. It measures chance quality, right? So a higher XG should mean you win.
Statistically, yes. If you create better quality chances, more often than not, you score more goals. So when Farke highlights missing those big chances, he's pinpointing exactly where the process failed. It's the ultimate contradiction for an analytics-focused coach.
Analytically, Leeds dominated. They created enough quality opportunities to win comfortably.
Should have, yeah. But then Farke hits you with that, quote, the brutal truth. Football is decided by goals.
Cuts through all the numbers, doesn't it?
Completely. It throws up this huge question about the modern game. Process versus outcome. How do you coach that final touch, that clinical edge?
He acknowledged it, though, didn't he? He said they had to be more clinical.
He did. And he pointed out, quite rightly, that against a top 4 side like Spurs, Champions League quality, every tiny mistake gets punished. He even mentioned the Spurs keeper making unbelievable saves, which highlights that fine line.
Must be incredibly frustrating. You do everything right according to the data, control the game, but the scoreline tells a different story.
It's the limitation of metrics, isn't it? Analytics tell you what should have happened. Goals tell you what did happen. That human element, the pressure, the save, the miss, it's still king.
That theme of pressure, results, consequences, it's the perfect segue, really.
It is. But before we leap from tactical analysis to, well, managerial casualties, let's just pause for a sec.
Good idea. A quick shout out to everyone tuning in. We really appreciate you joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, fantastic. And if you are enjoying digging into the tactics, the data, the drama, you probably enjoy the fun side of football too.
Definitely. So don't forget, if you're enjoying this deep dive, there's always more news and analysis waiting for you. Head over to footballquizbanter.com now. Best place for quizzes, news, updates, all that good stuff.
Seriously, check out the quizzes. They're top-notch. Right. Boardroom battles now, where the pressure Farke felt reached boiling point.
Absolutely. Let's head to Glasgow. Massive news from Ibrox. Rangers have parted ways with head coach Russell Martin.
And his assistant Matt Gill, first-team coach Mike Williamson too. A clean sweep. Swift. Brutal.
The official line was
Diplomatic, as you'd expect. Results have not met the club's expectations. Standard stuff.
But the source material paints a more dramatic picture.
Oh, yeah. It suggests Martin's tenure just completely unraveled. The pressure from the fan base, the history, the expectation at Rangers, it just became overwhelming.
The Falkirk draw seems to have been the flashpoint.
Absolutely. A 1-1 draw sounds minor maybe, but apparently that was it. The final straw for the supporters. Reports say the team bus was actually blocked by angry fans afterward.
Oh, block the bus.
Yeah. And Martin apparently needed a police escort to leave the ground safely.
That's intense. Shows a complete breakdown, doesn't it, between manager, team, fans.
Totally. It tells you managing a club like Rangers isn't just about tactics and results. It's about managing that passion, that expectation, preventing things descending into, well, chaos.
And the irony is, just before that Falkirk game, The talk support tip was actually suggesting Rangers should win easily.
Incredible contrast, isn't it? Shows how volatile management is, especially in Scotland. That draw just flipped the script completely, sealed his fate.
When results dip at a club that size, the board often has to act fast, regardless of any long-term plans.
Exactly. Now, let's shift gears completely. From that high-pressure crisis environment,
To something much more positive, rebuilding foundations.
precisely, down to Dumbarton FC, strengthening the club from the ground up. A story about long-term community focus.
Good contrast. So what's happening there?
Two key reappointments to the board, signaling real intent. First, Colin Hosey is back as vice chairman.
He's got a lot of experience, hasn't he?
Decades. 30 years in Scottish football administration. And his focus is really tangible, infrastructure-led.
Like what specifically?
He's heading up the community trust efforts, the DFCCT. Big focus on delivering a new artificial pitch next summer through a partnership, and generally boosting community activities.
That infrastructure piece is key, isn't it? Creates stability, year-round income, community connection.
Absolutely. Makes the club more resilient. And the other reappointment is Cameron Watson as executive director.
His role.
Operations, the day-to-day running, partnering closely with the owner, Mario Lapointe. Watson's brief is clear. Boost revenue streams, create a solid financial base.
Make the club self-sufficient.
That's the goal. And crucially, they share this vision. Success on the pitch, yes, but also growing the fan base, and importantly, improving pathways for local talent to reach the senior team.
It's a really different approach to the hire and fire pressure we just talked about at Rangers, building patiently.
Completely different philosophy.
Okay.
From building foundations in Scotland, let's jump across the pond. U.S. college football. Some programs there are hitting historic highs.
Right. Two really caught my eye. Massive performances. First, Old Dominion, ODU.
Yeah, their win over Coastal Carolina.
Yeah.
Just staggering. 47-7. In their Sun Belt opener, too.
And a big crowd turned out.
Huge crowd, nearly 21,000. Shows fantastic local support.
Yeah.
But the results itself, record-breaking stuff.
How so?
Largest margin of victory ever for ODU against an FBS opponent that's the top tier, remember. 40 points.
Wow. And the stats backed it up.
Oh, absolutely. The yardage difference was enormous. ODU got 619 total yards, Coastal just 189.
Yeah.
That 430-yard gap, biggest in ODU history. This wasn't just a win, it was total domination.
Who are the key players driving that?
QB Colton Joseph had a monster game. 315 passing yards, 4 TDs through the air, plus 66 yards, and another TD on the ground. Real dual-threat performance.
In receiving.
Naeem Abdul-Rahim Gladding, 7 catches, 101 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Tie the ODU single-game record for receiving TDs.
So ODU are 4-1 now. Best start since 2012. Things are looking up.
Definitely. But what's interesting is the players' reaction, according to the sources. They know they might start getting votes in the polls, national attention.
But they're keeping their feet on the ground.
Exactly. One player quoted saying they don't care about the attention. They're just focused on playing football for each other. That team-first mentality seems crucial to this success.
That's often the key, isn't it? But they've got a big test coming up.
Massive test. Away at Marshall. ODU's record there is dreadful. 1-9 all-time. Never won on Marshall's home turf. That'll really test that team culture.
Huge game for them. Okay, ODU weren't the only ones making history, though. UTRGV, University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah, another fantastic story. A brand new program making waves. They beat Houston Christian 27-7.
And that was a big occasion for them, too.
Huge. Their first ever Southland Conference home game. And another massive crowd sellout, over 12,900 fans. Incredible support for a new team.
And their start to the season is remarkable.
Historically good. They're 5-1 now. And we've got confirmation. That's one of the best ever 6-game starts for a completely new Division IFCS program going back to 2008. Matched Kennesaw State's start from 2015.
That's seriously impressive. Starting from scratch and winning like that is tough.
Incredibly tough. And it seems built on solid team play. QB Eddie Lee Marburger showing versatility passing yards, but also career highs in rushing yards and rushing TDs.
Defense playing well, too.
Very disruptive. 6 sacks in that game. Jaden Haygood tied his career high with 11 tackles. So it's not just one star carrying them. It's a balanced effort.
Great foundational stuff happening there. And quickly, just to round off the college picture, LSU's ranking.
Holding steady in the polls. Released October 5th. They're hashtag 11 in both the AP Top 25 and the coaches poll. Sitting at 4-1. Solid position among the big boys.
Right. So we've done the scores, the tactics, the boardrooms, the college foundations.
Yeah, covered a lot of the serious stuff. Now, how about we shift gears a bit? Look at some of the more unique intersections of football culture.
Sounds good. where the game meets pop culture, community, the slightly weirder stuff.
Exactly. But hold that thought. Quick break needed.
Yeah.
If you love the deep analysis, but also enjoy, just having a laugh about football.
Like the quizzes, the banter, the funny clips.
Yeah.
Then we've got the perfect place for you.
We really do. Before we dive into Thierry Henry's dinner party and Pokemon turning up in football kits,
Which we promise we will get to.
make sure you visit footballquizbanter.com. Go on, check out the latest quizzes, news, banter. It's the perfect companion to this deep dive. Lock in your fun fix.
Okay, done that. Excellent. Right, culture round. Let's start with that Thierry Henry story. This sounds brilliant.
It is pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
French football icon Thierry Henry hosting members of the South African rugby team, the Springboks, for dinner in London.
Just game recognizing game. Or is there a deeper connection?
There's actually a surprisingly deep connection between Henry and South Africa. Our sources dug this up. His international debut for France, 1997, against South Africa.
No.
Yeah. His first ever goal for France, 1998 World Cup against South Africa, and his very last appearance for France, 2010 World Cup.
Against South Africa.
You got it. Bafana. It's like his entire France career was bookended by playing them. Quite poetic, really.
That's amazing. Adds a whole other layer to the dinner. And there's some club rivalry involved, too.
Oh, naturally. Damien Willemse, one of the Springboks, is apparently a huge Arsenal fan. Yeah. Henry's team, obviously.
And Sia Kolisi.
Massive Liverpool fan. So you can just imagine the chat, can't you? Polite, respectful, but definitely some underlying club banter going on.
Absolutely. It's great seeing that cross-sport respect. And Henry's interested in rugby beyond just hosting dinners.
He is. He's apparently a follower of the game and has even suggested football could learn from rugby ref.
How so?
Their communication style, how they clearly explain decisions to players and via the mic to the crowd, Henry thinks is much more transparent and effective than how things often work in football. Interesting point.
Very interesting. Okay, from a London dinner discussing ref communication, we're heading to Indonesia for something involving Pokemon.
Yep, complete change of pace. Pokemon Go is running an event called Golden Goal Time with Pikachu.
Right.
It runs October 6th to 12th, 2025, but it's only happening in Indonesia. And it's a collaboration with the Indonesian national football team, Timnas Indonesia.
So Pikachu's wearing the national kit.
Exactly. Pikachu's sporting the Timnas Indonesia jersey. It's a brilliant piece of localized marketing.
And they've tied specific Pokemon to specific players.
They have. It's really clever. Based on the reported favorite Pokemon of some of the national team stars.
Like who?
Well, Doduo is appearing more often because that's supposedly Osnoe Manqualam's favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Snorlax is linked to defender Risky Rito.
Makes sense. Big, resilient Pokemon for a defender.
Mm-hmm. And Charmander, the classic starter, is linked to Watan Suleiman. It's a really smart way to blend gaming fandom with national football pride. Gets fans engaged interactively. Very clever indeed. Okay, back to the UK now. Let's look at development and community initiatives. University of Kent.
Yeah, they're running weekly, all-active plus football coaching sessions. Thursdays, 5 till 6 p.m.
And this isn't just a kickabout, right? It's structured coaching.
Definitely. Led by a UEFA B qualified coach, the focus is on improving individual technique, different phases of play, but still in a fun, relaxed setting. Proper development focus.
Is it just for students?
No, that's the great thing. It's really accessible. Tiered pricing, free for some members, £6.50 for students and juniors, and only £8.50 for adults from the public, making quality coaching available widely.
That's excellent. And community events are key too. Farnborough FC.
They're hosting their big fireworks and fun fair again, Sunday, November 2nd, 2025. Classic local club event. Bring the community together.
Need to know details.
Fun fair opens 3.30p meters, ground turnstiles at 6p meters, fireworks around 7p. And crucially, tickets are only available online beforehand. No paying on the gate. Worth noting.
Good tip. We also saw mention of a charity tournament. Yeah, the Tommy McClafferty Homeless Football Tournament. A six-a-side event in Cambridge back in September, supporting great local causes like Winter Comfort and Jimmy's.
Shows football's power beyond the pro game, doesn't it? As a community tool.
Absolutely. And finally, just a nod to the unseen admin side. Grassroots guidelines.
Like those used by Goring Robbins FC.
Exactly. Just highlighting the level of organization needed even at that level. FA first aid protocols, COVID checklists back when needed, specific return-to-play guidelines for everyone involved, players, parents, refs, managers.
It's that essential background structure that allows the whole game to function safely, often overlooked.
So true. Okay, let's wrap things up with our expert corner. Troy Deeney's Team of the Week and some betting insights.
Dini never pulls his punches, does he? Let's get into his top picks, any controversial ones.
Always. Let's start with the goalkeeper. Senny Lamens from Manchester United. Surprising choice after just a 1-0 win, maybe.
Why did Dini pick him?
He highlighted something amazing. Lamens apparently got a standing ovation just for confidently claiming a high ball.
Seriously? For claiming a cross?
Yeah. Deeney argued it showed how much confidence he brought. Good distribution, good command of his shaky defense. Sometimes just doing the basics perfectly really stands out.
Fair point. Okay, midfield. Moises Caicedo at Chelsea got some massive praise.
Huge praise, headline stuff. Deeney said Caicedo is making a real case for being the best holding midfielder in world football.
Wow. That's a big statement, considering Chelsea's ups and downs.
It is. He compared him directly to N'Golo Kante. That ability to cover ground, break up play, shut people down, and score important goals.
Is it too soon for that comparison? Conte's legacy is immense.
Deeney's clearly seen that potential, though. That ability to just dominate that area of the pitch. One to watch, definitely.
What about Declan Rice? Deeney had an odd compliment for him.
Yeah, he said football is becoming too easy for Rice.
How can it be too easy for a 100 million player?
Well, Deeney meant it as a challenge. Yes, Rice scored, drove forward, dominated. But Deeney thinks for Arsenal to hit that next level, Rice needs to push even harder, take that domestic dominance, and apply it consistently in the biggest Champions League games, the title run-in. Find another gear.
Interesting take. A challenge to be even better. And up front, Antoine Semenyo.
Deeney's basically run out of superlatives for him at Bournemouth. So he's just relentless going from strength to strength.
What did he like specifically?
His directness, pace, runs at players, developing into a top player, scoring different types of goals. And Deeney made a prediction.
That big eye clubs will come calling.
Yep. Said, despite the new contract, clubs like Spurs and Chelsea must be looking at his pace and finishing.
Okay, and manager of the week. Ruben Amorim at Man United. That feels like a wild card.
It was a deliberate wildcard choice from Deeney. Not based on flashy football, but on managing pressure. He pointed out Amorim was under immense scrutiny. Constant sack rumors, Carrick, Southgate being mentioned. So that 1-0 win over Sunderland, while maybe not spectacular, was just job done, getting the result amidst all that noise. Deeney respected that focus.
Right, pragmatic choice. Now, the betting tips. TalkSport had a treble.
They did, at 195. We already know the first leg, Rangers to win at Falkirk, went badly wrong, given the sacking.
Yeah, risky in hindsight. What about the other two legs? What was the logic?
Okay, second leg was Aberdeen to win against Dundee at home. The thinking was purely situational.
How do you mean?
Aberdeen were desperate for their first league win. Despite a quick turnaround from a European game, this home fixture felt like a massive opportunity, maybe the opportunity. That desperation plus home advantage was the logic.
Makes sense. And the third leg, Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest.
Predicting over 2.5 goals in that one. This was based on two strong factors.
Newcastle's scoring record.
Exactly. They've been involved in really high-scoring games recently. 12 goals in their last 3, 17 and 5 at home. Goals guaranteed almost.
And the other factor.
Ange Postecoglou's style at Forest. His teams are always gung-ho, always attack-minded, sometimes leaving gaps. Combine that with Newcastle's firepower, and the prediction was for a goal fest, based on trends and tactics.
Okay, that covers a massive amount of ground then. Premier League drama, Haaland's dominance, Farke's dilemma.
The chaos at Rangers, the careful building at Dumbarton, those amazing college wins.
Henry's dinner party, a Pikachu in an Indonesia kit, a bit of everything.
It really was. And as we pull it all together, what really strikes me is that contrast. You've got Daniel Farke detailing all that analytical dominance that led to defeat. And then you've got teams like ODU and UTRGV, maybe less sophisticated analytically right now, but totally focused on playing for each other, achieving historic results.
It leaves you with a big question, doesn't it?
It really does. And this is the final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. How much does that measurable dominance, all those stats Farke listed, actually matter if the goals don't follow?
If the data says you were brilliant, but you lost, what's more valuable? The process, or the clinical player who grabs the goal? The keeper who makes the impossible save?
Is it better to be less dominant on paper, but just more clinical when it counts? That tension between performance and result. That's football, isn't it? Something to think about.
Definitely something to mull over. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive through a mountain of source material today.
Yeah, brilliant having you with us. And remember, if you want more quizzes, more banter, more news to keep you totally up to speed.
You know where to go. Visit footballquizbanter.com right now. Keep the football chat going.
Thank you for listening to the footballquizbanter.com Daily Football News Roundup.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.